Okay, hey guys, finally I managed to get my room set up so I can do a decent video for you with my tripod. Recently got a new camera, so at last I'm on HD as well, which is pretty cool. I've decided to do a movie on some of my favourite decided to do a video on some of my favourite horror movies that are a bit more obscure. I'm sure most of you have heard about it, but the DVDs I haven't really seen on many reviews before, so I thought I'd show them and see what you guys think, and if you haven't heard of them, check them out and recommend them to you. Okay, right, so first I have got Dead Silence, which is a movie by, I think it's James Wan. Yep, who did Saw, I think. Wrote it or something, I'm not too sure. But yeah, really good movie, good twist on the kind of ventriloquist dummy kind of tale. So yeah, I'm not really going to say much more about it because I ruined it, but the thing I enjoyed most about this was it was kind of gave me the feeling again of a standalone movie where it's all contained and the movie ends, and I really miss that in a lot of movies nowadays because they all seem to put an ending on that means it can be a sequel just in case it makes a lot of money and they can cash in on it. So yeah, that's Dead Silence. Next we have, I think I might have shown this in a previous video, we have Triangle, a nice holographic cover there. Can't really say much about this, but first half of the movie is like a traditional slasher, and then it sort of twists it up and screws with the genre, and can get a bit confusing. Afterwards I found myself looking up on the internet and seeing what other people have made of it to try and get their idea, but yeah, don't want to ruin anything, so just check out Triangle. It's a slasher film worth thinking about. Right, next we have one that I know will get a lot of slack and a lot of people don't consider a horror. It probably, to me, it's got heaven and hell in it, so I consider it a horror, and I love this movie. It's Constantine. I'm not a Keanu Reeves fan, can't stand him. It wasn't really Constantine the character I liked in this, it was just the overall thing. I even could stand Shia LaBeouf and or LaBeouf, or whatever his name is. And I loved the whole scene. I thought Gabriel was cast perfectly. I think it's Tilda Swinton. Let me have a look. Yeah, Tilda Swinton. I thought she was cast perfectly as Gabriel, and I thought the devil was perfectly cast. He was really creepy and quite sly and slick. I just love the idea of the scene where instead of God having Constantine, the devil takes the cancer out of his lungs, so he doesn't die because the devil wants him. I think that's an awesome concept, an awesome idea. I know it is not faithful to the comics. I haven't read the comics. And I know he's British in the comics, I think, so it sort of screws the whole thing up. But as a standalone movie, I really enjoyed it. Constantine. Then we have I, Sal the Dead, which is a brilliant comedy with Dominic Monaghan and Larry Fessenden in it. Also Ron Perlman in it, but he's not it very much. This just looked hilarious. It's about two grave diggers. It's a horror comedy. I got this DVD as well because it came with the comic of the movie, which is quite cool. But yeah, definitely check this out if you like your horror comedy. It's one of the better recent ones. I, Sal the Dead. Okay, next we have another favourite of mine, which I really need to find if there's any like proper special editions or limited collectors magical things to do with it. This is The Skeleton Key. This is one of my all-time favourite horror movies. Mainly because I love the whole hoodoo kind of thing. I love the New Orleans, down in the swamps and all the witchcraft and stuff, and this is firmly in that, so Skeleton Key, awesome movie. Next, this is Pulse. Haven't seen this in years, so to be honest I can't remember much about it. All I know is I really enjoyed it, and I was quite surprised at how graphic it was, or how relenting it was. I think it was one of the first movies I watched, horror movies I watched, where it didn't cut away from like the horror bit. So if someone fell from a building, you saw them hit the floor, as opposed to, I started off watching classic horror movies and that was all sort of left to the imagination or done very cheesy. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And a lot of you've had a lot of movies recently like One Missed Call and text messages and stuff that's tried to use the modern technology and hasn't really worked. I've got another movie in it that did kind of do it well, but Pulse did it really well. Okay, next we have one of my favourite Halloween movies, Satan's Little Helper. I got this DVD when I was on holiday, and my mum bought me a collection of DVDs. Leprechaun was in there too, Leprechaun in the Hood. And I'd never seen it, thought it didn't look very good, watched it and was blown away at how good it was. It even ends with some real like religious note on it, which is quite cool. But definitely check this out, really fun Halloween movie. It's only seconded in my favourite Halloween movies by Trick or Treat. If Trick or Treat didn't exist, that would be my favourite Halloween movie. Next we have Skinwalkers. It's got Jason Behr in it, who, if you remember, was in Roswell, I think it was. He played a weedy alien in that, I think. But yeah, another fun movie. This is very much style over substance, but the style's really cool. Definitely check out Skinwalkers. Next we have a movie. For people who don't know, there's a dwarf actor called Warwick Davis who's in the Halloween movies. And I think he's in Willow, a movie called Willow. I've only seen him in Halloween, but I saw him on a TV programme in the UK called Celebrity Hairdressing or something. Ridiculous programme. But he was on there and he seemed like cool, so I checked out the movies he'd done, and he'd done this horror movie called Skinned Deep. Terrible movie, but I guarantee if you get this movie, get some mates around, get some beers and some pizza in, you'll enjoy it. It is mental. That's all I'm going to say. And bad, but some of the best horror movies are the worst ones. Okay, next, the only movie so far that's genuinely freaked me out. I watched this when I was quite young, and we paused the TV because I needed to go and do something, and I couldn't move past the TV because I just got so zoned into it and so scared, didn't really have a clue what was going on. This is Kim Ji-woon's movie, Tale of Two Sisters. I think what might have added to me being scared was, obviously it's subtitled, so I didn't genuinely have a clue what was going on. But there's some really creepy scenes in it, some very weird scenes in it too, as with most Japanese horrors. But yeah, definitely check this out because it's an amazing movie. However much I don't want to watch it because it freaked me out as a kid, it's an amazing movie. I'm going to leave that to last. Next we have one, I have seen this quite a bit, but I haven't seen this edition. This is Undead. Which was a debut full-length from the Spirit Brothers. I think they're called Spirit Brothers, isn't it? Yeah. Who recently did Daywatchers. With Daywalkers, I got one of those two. Which love this movie. Sci-fi, horror, cheese, triple barrel shotgun, awesome. And check out Daywatchers. I can't remember what it's called. I should do because I love it, but it just escapes me at the moment. Next we have White Noise, which was the other one using technology. There are a few scenes in this that actually made me jump, which was quite cool. And I thought this was done really well, and I like Michael Keaton. Nearly the end now. Next we have The Unborn, which I thought was good. I wasn't expecting much from it, and by no means an amazing movie, but I bought this with Mirrors, and Mirrors was a complete letdown. Really didn't enjoy it. The idea was good, but it was really badly executed. Whereas this, on the other hand, kind of just started and went. So a few really weird bits in it. It's got Gary Oldman in it as an exorcist. Really enjoyed this. By no means a masterpiece, but an easy switch off and enjoy horror. Okay, and finally, I'm going to pick one which I haven't seen at all, and I know most of you are American, so you probably haven't heard of it, but it's Jekyll. It was a TV series in 2007, and it has James Nesbitt in it, who if you know, is an Irish actor. Really good, does a lot of TV in the UK. Did a thing called Murphy's Law. And it's a modern take on the Jekyll and Hyde story. But you know how most takes on that story are crap. This was amazing. You have Hyde, I don't know which way around it is, but you have one of them who's like a family man, and he locks himself up, and he can hear the other side of him in his head, but he locks himself up in a chair and sort of like sedates himself, so when he's asleep the other one can't come out, but the other one's like this smooth talking creature that kind of could womanize her and has amazing strength, likes to go have sex all the time, and it's just a really, really good adaptation of the story. And I really urge you all, if you can get hold of this, because it's got to be cheap now because it's hasn't made a new series or anything. It's Jekyll. Please check this out because it is awesome, and I guarantee you'll love it. I probably rushed through that quite quickly, so I apologise for that. Thanks for watching. I'm now going to do another video on my favourite non-horror movies, as I do watch a few non-horrors. But yeah, cheers for watching, and hope you carry on checking out my channel and leaving comments. Thank you. Bye.